Hey guys, welcome back to the Right Bridge Podcast, episode 2. It's currently June 5th on the Saturday, 3 p.m. EST. And I'm here with our wonderful new staff, McCoy.
Hello, and you were actually wrong. It's 3:03 p.m. Eastern, not 3.
Okay, close enough. We started a bit late because you were taking forever to type. With us today, I'm not going to go over everybody who is attending live. We've got 40 people live right now. Notable names, we've got iReply, Vital, Kov, Skizzy's here, insane. TP here. Wes is here. That's insane. I've been missing you, Wes. You haven't been in ranked. What happened? You used to be a top tier player. Now you're like what? Silver? Yikes. We've got Flaps, Ang, Asian Men, Blitz. Over this, a lot of big names. Paris. Who else? Agent, X Fatals, Specials K, SMH Edit. A lot of big names. Bangist, Vani. Big names. Hamza, because he's gonna yell at me if I don't mention him. A lot of people. Can
Bonnie
you?
is definitely not a big name.
Yeah. Well, I went like big names down, you know. So
Yes,
yeah, I
yes.
went through the list once and then went through it again. But this week we've got a few things to talk about, notably the Hypixel Bridge Champions. Big tournament series. Biggest tournament series for Bridge there's ever been, actually. So very exciting news. So we're actually going to start off with that today. Reminder that you can already sign up for the first tournament in the series. I'm briefly going to go over what it is first. So the way it's going to work, if you haven't already seen all the announcements or read them, you're a bit lazy. You know, some people don't like reading. It happens. It's very simple. We've got four 2v2 tournaments back to back. Every single week we've got a 2v2 tournament happening in a different Discord. And if you win one of these tournaments, or just get top four, if you win, you get extra money. But if you get just top four, then your team of two qualifies for an invitationals tournament, where we'll have 16 teams in this invitationals tournament. And then you guys compete for a very big prize pool, much bigger than all these other shitter tournaments. So if you want to actually win money and you think you're one of the best 2v2 players, hop in one of these qualifying tournaments, qualify, and then you can play in invitationals. And we're going to have a big stream, we're going to have sponsors, we're going to have everything. It's going to be super cool. And if you're curious about the four discords, I think there's a message somewhere in the announcements you can check out. It's Rank Bridge, Bridge Scrims, Competitive Bridge, and Hype Tournaments that are doing the four different qualifying tournaments, and then we're all helping out with the Invitational. The first tournament for that is Competitive Bridge. So if you haven't already checked it out and you want to be one of the first teams to qualify, feel free to check out Competitive Bridge. Signups are going on right now, and I think the games start this next weekend, the 12th. So a week from now, exactly a week from now, or actually a little less than a week from now, because it starts at 1 p.m. EST, I think, is when your games start. It's all 1 or 2 day tournaments. So it's not like the tournaments that take 6 months to play. You know, not none of those shit or nonsense, right? We don't do any of that. We're doing 1 or 2 day tournaments. So you show up, you play all your games, you win, or you lose, knowing you guys, and then you move on. And if you qualify, well, then you get to play in the invitationals after. Just remember that whatever team you sign up with, and I just see this now an hour ago, Bucky and Vital just signed up. So if you guys want to play against Bucky and Vital, go ahead and play. Right now in the competitive bridge tournament, you can go sign up. There's also notable teams Narwhal and Wasim. I saw signed up recently, and then going through, we've also got Danger and O'Nills. Danger and O'Nills, very good team in the past. A ton of lower level teams. We've got Pavkin and Ornite. You think Pavkin might be with a more notable player. I don't recognize the name Ornite all that much. We've got some more big names. We've got IQ and Bumamub. Bumamub trying to recover his reputation after the horrible defeat on Team VeggieTales back from the OG 2v2 Paris tour. A lot of big names though. We've got Apple and Shaggy playing. Subtask and Femboy. Some smaller names here as well. We've got Over This and Z120. We've got Blatzer and Logify. Fortuit and Sniffle, a very big OG 2v2 team. Vana and Edge, one of the newer teams. I Won't Try and Casual Deer. Many more teams to come. So make sure you go ahead and sign up for that if you're planning on do so. More teams I just signed up. We've got Eastwag and I'm Vilo, the number one 2v2, or I think he might be second or third or fourth now for 2v2 in Rank Bridge. Really good player. Eastwag, a very good player from the past as well. Got Master Troll and Fatals, both pretty good players that just signed up. A lot of new people who just hopped in, so make sure you check that out. And just know that if you don't get into top four, if you don't qualify from this tournament, there's always the next tournament. Remember, we've got four qualifying tournaments. So you've got four chances if you really want to, with whatever teammate you want to qualify for the tournament. Just remember that whichever team you sign up with, if you qualify with them, that's your partner for the invitationals. So if you're just playing with like your friend to mess around and you qualify, well, you and your friend are now in invitationals as that duo. So don't sign up with anybody if you don't intend on actually playing with them. Anyways, we're doing that, and I want to move in a bit of a similar segment here, talking about different types of tournaments. So that we've seen different types of tournaments over the days. We've seen longer tournaments like Skizzy Tour format, where you've got like 3 days or a week or sometimes even 2 weeks to schedule your games. We've also got 1 day tournaments, right? So the timing of your tournaments, you can do like longer tournaments, you can do shorter ones. Usually a day or 2 days, like a weekend, works out really well for the shorter tournaments. Those are very nice because you can just show up for 1 day, take a day off from work if you're working. Although most of you guys probably aren't working, let's be honest, especially not on a weekend. And you just play your games, then you know within 1 or 2 days whether or not you won or you lost. And then there's also the type of tournament, so formats. We've got Swiss tournaments, we've got single elim, double elim, best of three, best of five, best of seven sometimes for finals. And so I want to ask you, McCoy, what do you think is the best timing set for tournaments? So do you prefer longer tournaments where you get a week, 2 weeks sometimes to sort out your games? Or do you prefer shorter tournaments? And do you prefer Swiss? Do you prefer single elim? What do you prefer particularly?
Personally, I like single limb tournaments. Pretty basic, you know. When it comes to like double limb and stuff, people just don't show up to their games. But at the same time, that could be beneficial if you want to like first round bye, second round bye. So I've only played in like one day tournament, and I think the first 3 rounds I just got free because the other opponent didn't show up. So yeah, 1 day tournaments are pretty easy if you wanna get to the finals or whatnot.
Right, right, and we have actually seen quite a bit of action sometimes in these 2v2 tournaments. There's a few notable teams, not just in 2v2 tournaments, where we've seen a lot of notable teams such as Vital, Wes, Paris. A lot of really big names have been playing in 2v2 tournaments over the past. There's also been a lot of big 1v1 and 4v4 tournaments. What are your thoughts on 2v2 versus 1v1 and 4v4?
I think 2v2 is a very balanced mode, you know. 1v1 it can be a problem. 4v4 I don't really like 4v4. Especially in ranked. I've talked about that before. But in
Right.
tournaments, 4v4 I don't have friends. Okay. 1v1 I just sign up. 2v2 I get my friend Kai, whatever. 4v4 I don't have enough friends for that, and I'm bad at talking to people, so I can never get people to play. That's my input.
Sure, there's been a lot of quote unquote casual teams signing up for these 4-4 tournaments and just getting stomped on by one or two super teams. Speaking of you and Kai, I see you guys haven't signed up yet for the competitive bridge first qualifying tournament. What are you doing?
Kai is taking way too long to join the competitive bridge server. So
Oh, okay, so it's Kai's fault. Yeah, I didn't join the Discord. Fair enough, fair
yeah,
enough.
it's always Kai's fault. When is it not Kai's fault?
Fair enough. Two more really big teams I just saw signed up: Agent and Blueberry. Blueberry staff over on Lunar. Crane saying also very notable to and 1v1 player. Very big in Bridge overall, not just on Hypixel. We also plays a lot of Lunar if you haven't checked that out. And then we've also got another really big team, Kovjin and Shemi. Kovjin, haven't seen you play with Chronix for a little bit. What's going on? Are you leaving Chronix, moving in with Shemi as your new 2v2 partner? I wonder what's going on there, man. Maybe it's a bit of a Crutton Martin situation where one player just isn't as dedicated, so the other player picks up a new teammate. Seen that quite a few times. I also see Alvin typing. I believe that's Float. Float might be playing in the tournament. Anyways, if you haven't already checked that out, make sure you sign up because it's quite insane. It's quite insane when it comes to tournaments. This is the biggest tournament series with the biggest prize pool that there's ever been. So if you want to win money, if you want to get paid just for being good at playing bridge, especially in 2v2, go ahead and sign up. And if you don't win the first tournament, there's always a second tournament. I believe the second tournament is going to be hosted in Hype Tournaments Discord. And then the third tournament is us. And then the fourth tournament will be Bridge Games, followed by, of course, the Invitationals only tournament at the end that we will be streaming live. And I just read a lovely message from TP and DMs. Thank you for that. Moving on though, next topic of conversation. McCoy, what do you think is the best amount of games to truly know which team is better? Do you think just one game is fine, or do you think it should be best of three, best of five, maybe even best of seven? What do you think it should be? And then, do you think we should have more games for finals compared to like round one, round two?
My opinion, I kind of like it when tournaments have, best of three going up to it. Maybe in the semifinals you start doing best of five, and then in the finals you go to best of seven. I feel like that's the most enjoyable, but that's just my opinion. Maybe sometimes, best of seven can be a lot of bridge. So best of five in the finals would be pretty cool. I don't know. That'd be pretty cool to see.
Best of five in the finals. We have seen that quite a bit, notably in the Paris Tour tournaments and quite a few other doubles tournaments I've seen where they start off best of three and then starting in quarterfinals or in semifinals, they move into best of five and then sometimes even going to best of seven in finals. I've seen that quite a lot. There have been quite a few upsets sometimes with best of threes where it's like 1 to 2 or something, or even in best of fives I've seen there's a very famous best of five set. I believe it was Team Hybrids. If for those who are newer to the game and don't remember, that was the god team that was Badamja and Apple, winners of one of the biggest tournaments of all time, one of the first tournaments of all time, 10 squad, very big 2v2 tournament that happened a long time ago. Back in, I believe it was February 2020. Very big tournament, one of the first big bridge tournaments that sort of sparked the swerve of tons of tournaments over the past little bit. And you can see now there's normally at least 2 or 3 tournaments going on at any given time. And then I want to move into this, McCoy. What are your thoughts on prize pools for tournaments? Do you think that it's better to have 2 tournaments with smaller prize pools, or just have one big tournament with a large prize pool? How do you think that should work?
Obviously you gotta have the big the stakes have to be high. You have to have the one big prize pool. Always the best idea. That's just my opinion. It's got to be the winner takes all. So that's my input.
All right, McCoy, how much money would we have to have at stake for a tournament to guarantee you signing up within an hour of announcement?
Um, I'm pretty lame, so I just sign up for every bridge tournament. So and no prize, really. Sorry, $100. I'm a busy man, and to even be worth my time, $100 minimum to even be worth my time signing
Fair
up.
enough, fair enough. I mean, hey, some people they don't need a prize. Sometimes it's just for getting out there, getting your name on the board. A lot of people have become very big names in the tournament scene and just the bridge scene in general, purely from winning tournaments or even getting second, third place in tournaments. And so, if you're newer to the game and you think that you deserve a lot more reputation than you currently have, just go out and start winning tournaments. Although it might be difficult, there are a lot of very big names out there that have been cup-stopping tournaments. And then moving on, I've got a question from Velo. Reminder, if you have any questions, go ahead and ask in general or in booster chat. So if you're a server booster in the Discord, go ahead and ask in booster chat. We'll prioritize those questions. However, if you are not a server booster, go ahead and ask in general, and I'll get around to them hopefully. I'm Velo has a question. Is there going to be prizes for first, second, and third place? For the big invitationals tournament, I believe there are. At the very least, first and second place. Not sure about third place, but most definitely, probably, yeah. I would say it would make a lot of sense. For the smaller tournaments, though, I believe it's only going to be first place, purely because our prize pools aren't that big. It's not like we have massive sponsors for the smaller tournaments. And so since we're already splitting the prize between 2 people, we don't want first place to get like $10 or something. You know what I mean? That's not big enough to be worth hosting a tournament for. And so I think for the smaller tournaments, the qualifying ones, for the invitationals, so these are just like mainly tournaments with the purpose being to qualify for invitationals. It's only going to be for first place. And then if you got second place, well, at least you got to compete for a prize, so you had a chance of getting a prize. And then third and fourth place, well, just be happy you got the qualification spot for the invitationals. And yeah, just don't complain. I mean, you got in, you got in. Don't complain and get a prize. It's your fault for, I mean, hey, you lost to a team that didn't even get first place, right? So, like, do you really deserve a prize? I don't think so. If you're not the best, you don't really deserve a prize. Just remember that if you don't get the prize and you don't win, there's always the next tournament. You can always go to the next tournament, next tournament, next tournament. There's 4 of them, all right? 4 of them back to back every week. So for a full month, you can take off your weekends if you don't already have weekends off. Most people have weekends off. If you're still in school or whatever, you probably have weekends off. You can go ahead, show up for these tournaments. Do them every week. Keep the same partner. Get a new partner every tournament. Hey, play the first tournament. You think you carried your partner, but you couldn't carry hard enough. Just get a better teammate for the second one. And then if the same thing happens, get a better teammate, better teammate. You're bound to win one of them. And just remember, if you're banned in one of these discords, so let's say you're banned from, let's say, competitive bridge, or let's say you're banned from hype tournaments, just play one of the other tournaments. You are not blocked from qualifying for the invitational just because you're banned from one of the tournaments. So as long as you're not banned from at least one of these four discords, and you play and you qualify in that one, then you're good for invitational. Looking over at general for some questions. So let's see if we got any questions. People will you get sorted based off like bridge scrims like on book, or we get like sorted based off bridge scrims? What do you mean, Arturito? Will people get into the tournament, or will you sort it? I believe if you are, I think what you're asking here is like for seeding stuff or for qualifying. I'm not exactly sure how Bridge Scrims is going to do. I believe Bridge Scrims in the past has done like private only and premium only tournaments. I believe they are going to do, from what I hear, at least a little bit. TP here can can correct this if he wants. But I believe it's going to be prime and up only, or private and up only. So you do have to be at least at some level to be able to play. And then of course, in Rank Bridge, if you haven't already seen the message, after this, so at 4 p.m. EST, in roughly 41 minutes from now, we're going to have 4 hours straight of our weekly event called Sadness Saturday. So it's 4 hours straight of 1.3 times uh, ELO exchange. So when you win, you get 1.3, so 30% more ELO. But then when you lose, you also lose 30% more. Very good for climbing very, very high very quickly. And also very good for draining other people. So if you have a friend and you think he's too high ELO, just go ahead and drain him. Very simple. And just a reminder that if you want to play in our tournament, specifically our ranked bridge qualifying tournament for the invitationals, one of the two players, so either you or your teammate, is required to have any silver rank. So if you already have silver 2v2, you're good. But if you and your teammate that you're planning on playing with, if neither of you guys have a silver rank, you guys are all bronze or you're unranked, one of you guys got to get one. Or you got to get a new teammate who has a silver. So there's 4 hours of this right after this podcast. 4 hours is enough time to go from never playing ranked bridge to a silver role if you're good enough. So just go out, play. I think the fastest way to get silver is probably get silver 1v1. So right after this, go ahead, go queue silver, go queue 1v1 queue, and just speed run for 4 hours. Get silver, and then you're good. Can you leak one of the sponsors? Asking out of curiosity. We will not be leaking any of our big sponsors. However, if you feel like personally sponsoring one of our tournaments, namely the Invitationals is the one we're raising funds for right now, you can go ahead and DM Rabbit Chipmunk, notable player. I believe his Discord tag is in every announcement. Go ahead and message him, and you can help sponsor one of our tournaments. And then in the sponsors section, both on the live stream at the end and in the channel. So if you look at Competitive Bridge right now, I believe they have a sponsors channel. You'll have your name. So like right now, the current sponsors for the finals tournament, Hype Tournaments, is doing $130 for the invitationals already. $130 for invitationals. So already you could be walking away with over $50 USD for winning invitationals. There's no reason to not be playing. If you are the best, if you think you're the best, if you think you and your friend are the best in the world at 2v2 right now, there's no reason not to play. You're at the very least making better than minimum wage by winning. And then looking, Competitive Bridge is sponsored for $50. That's very, very big. Very big. And then Rare of Row, our first ever singular player sponsor. So the first time that we have a player, an individual player sponsoring the tournament. $30 from Rare of Row. Thank you very much for that, man. Very appreciated. So already going in to the invitationals, that's like $200, man. $200 into invitationals. So assuming that's like a 125 and then like 50-25 split or something like that, you could be very easily be making over $50 from winning the invitational tournament. That's quite insane. Just think about it. Anyways, if you do want your name on the live stream, when it comes time for the invitationals, we'll be live streaming all of the games for the invitationals, every single best of three, and potentially best of five, best of seven, depending on how we end up formatting it. We don't quite have the formatting for the finals yet. We've only got formatting for the qualifying tournaments. But looking at it, we will be streaming all the games, and we will have our sponsors right there on the channel, on the stream. in between games while we're talking about the games. So if you do want your name right there on the sponsors list, right at the top, go ahead, hit up Rabbit Chipmunk, and we can set you up with a sponsor opportunity so you can have your name right there at the top. And if you don't want to sponsor or you don't have the money to sponsor, it's fine. We just want you to go out and play. The biggest thing is to have people to go out and play because we truly do want the best 2v2 team out there to win this qualifying tournament, and then move on and win invitationals. We don't want any of these shitters getting lucky with seeding and stuff. Speaking about seeding, what are your thoughts on seeding tournaments, McCoy?
Like basing them off of skill first.
Yeah,
I like
so the
no.
traditional way to seed tournaments, usually for like mainly important in single elimination, but also very important in double elimination. You don't really use seeding as much for um, other forms of seeding, like group stages and stuff like that, because then it's a little more funky and it's not as important in the long run. But usually the way it works is you pair up the best team, or what you think is the best team, with the worst team, and then you move on like that, such that it generally saves the better teams to play each other in later on rounds, not the start, so that really good teams don't get knocked out round one because they're unlucky seeding against another really good team.
So yeah, no, my opinion on that, I think that's a very good idea. Personally, I've hosted, I'm currently hosting a tournament. I'm way too lazy to do that, so I just did random seeding. But yeah, if you're doing a good tournament, then yeah, seeding is very important. You always want to have an entertaining finals, so definitely think it's a good idea to do that.
For sure, for sure. We've got another question here by Vax. How'd you get all these big servers to agree to make the tournament? Even hype tournaments more like PvP-based Discord, mainly up Bridge. Well, Vax, we actually have a partnership with Hype Tournaments. Hype Tournaments is very open to doing bridge-related tournaments. They do all sorts of tournaments, including very big bridge tournaments. And yeah, so we started setting up with us and Hype Tournaments, and then we also invited uh, on Hype. I believe TP here is a partner with Hype. I'm not sure if he's actually there. I know I'm a screen sharer for Hype tournaments and stuff, but yeah, we do have a partnership, and then I know Bertram's also has a partnership, and so we did that. We hit that up, so it was us with Hype tournaments, and then we included Bertram's, and then we are looking for a fourth Discord, and we decided to include competitive Bridge because they have had quite a bit of success when it comes to tournaments recently, doing their bullet tournament that was very successful, and other similar tournaments. And that's how we did it. We just all it takes is one or two messages of a proposal, and then everybody was on track. And then we took a couple of days to set everything up, plan everything out, and yeah, that's all it took. It's not too difficult. I mean, you can see there's a ton of smaller, newer names in the tournament scene that have decided to host tournaments. Namely, we've seen a lot of tournaments such as Card Tour, the Hypixel Guild has been hosting a tournament recently. Very big tournament. I think their prize pool was mainly Skyblock coins. It was like 1.4 bill or something, which is absurd. We've also got smaller tournaments. We've got Canada Tour, tournaments like this, Bridging Tour. A lot of smaller names in the community, a lot of newer names in the community have been going around and just starting up tournaments. Why not? All it takes is what 25 mil Skyblock coins to start a smaller tournament. Usually, if you want a tournament to be a bit bigger, you put some USD in there. But 25, $50 USD, start a tournament. Boom, done. You'll immediately get like 200 people in your tournament. It's very easy to make a name as a tournament host out there purely by hosting a tournament. All it costs is like 50 USD. So basically, you can just pay $50 USD, host a 1v1 tournament, and immediately people know your name. You do that like 3 times, and you'll be one of the legends when it comes to the tournament hosting scene. One of the big names out there. Big names like Bucky Tour, like Skizzy Tour, like Paris Tour. All very big names in the community. Very big tournaments in the past. McCoy, what are your thoughts on the current tournament scene? So when it comes to different people hosting tournaments, where do you think it is now, and where do you think it's going to go 5, 6 months from now?
First off, I just want to, you were talking about like big tournaments. You forgot Twilight Tour, one of the biggest tournaments. But to for what you were saying, yeah, I think a lot of people are realizing that you can just start a Discord, put like a rank upgrade or a bit of Skyblock coins, and I mean, tournaments are very fun to play in. Like you don't have to commit much time to it. You just sort of play a game here and there. Personally, like me, I'm definitely not good enough to be winning these tournaments unless I get very lucky. But it's very good for practice too, because I mean, if you get eliminated, then you played a better player and therefore have gotten better. So in 6 months, I definitely see more and more tournaments as more people realize how easy it is to host them.
For sure, for sure. And yes, I did indeed forget Twilight Tour. Unfortunately, I left the Discord, I believe, for Twilight Tour, as I was unavailable to play it. But yeah, there are a lot of tournaments. And do you think that 6 months from now we'll see a lot more tournaments being hosted?
I mean, it's got to grow exponentially, in my opinion. As more people play bridge, more people get invested in bridge, and more people get invested in the tournament scene. So yeah, I definitely see there being a lot more tournaments as we go forward.
And what do you think about the Bridge Champion Series? So do you think that it's good to have big tournament series like this? Or would you think it'd be better to have a bunch of smaller tournaments that had smaller prize pool, but that summed up together they have the same prize pool? So would you rather have one big tournament series with invitationals, or would you have 10 tournaments where the prize pool is the same between both options?
Yeah, no, 100% the first option. One big tournament, it builds up hype. Hype is always cool. So I 100% the big tournament. I'm not gonna be winning it. Actually, of course I'm gonna be winning it. But more money for me. You know what I mean?
Of course, yeah. Everybody likes more money. I mean, it's not like a Skyblock coin. This is real USD. This is USD that you can go and buy coffee with whenever you want, or you can go ahead and, I don't know, buy another Minecraft doll or something. Whatever you do with your money, I don't really know. And I don't really care. But this is real money. This is real USD that you can go out and win right now just for playing bridge. For one of the first times in a long time, we have a very big prize pool for this invitationals. So I want you to go and sign up right now in competitive bridge Discord if you haven't already. It's very simple. If you don't have a teammate, they've got a channel for that. Find a teammate. Go there, ask for a teammate. There's already two people out there, LinQ and Mining Math. But I don't know LinQ, but I know Mining Math has played at least a decent amount of bridge. In fact, I've seen him play in tournaments before. So if you don't have a teammate, go there, hit up one of these guys looking for a teammate, or say you're looking for a teammate, and you can just find a random teammate, and at least have a chance at qualifying. And then, of course, if you've already got a pre-planned teammate, because one of the sweaty bridge players, just go sign up with your teammate. It takes 2 seconds to sign up, very, very easy, and painless. You just show up one day. It's on a weekend, so it's not like you're taking off a day from school or from work or something usually, right? Unless you're working Saturdays, which is unfortunate for you, but it's easy to take a day off. And it's not like you have to wake up at 8 a.m. or something. It's 1 p.m. EST, all right? 1 p.m. EST. I wake up at 2 p.m. EST, so personally for me, it's a little early. But for every other time zone, for normal people, that's not waking up early. That's like you have time to wake up, breakfast, play video games, warm up, and then eat lunch, and then play the tournament, right? So it's after lunch for most people. Or if you're in other time zones, sometimes even after supper, 1 p.m. EST, depending where you live. And so just know that it's really good time. And just a reminder, you can go sign up right now. Top four teams will qualify for the Invitationals tournament, and first place team will receive $30 currently. So that's $30 USD between two people. That's $15 USD. So if you show up and play, you can get 1 hour of minimum wage in Canada in USD. All right, so that's $15. So that's like 2 hours minimum wage in the US. So you play for like however many hours, and then
Idiots!
Jesus Christ, that scared the hell out of me. All right, but you go ahead and you play for a couple of hours, make money, and then you qualify for the invitationals. A couple weeks later, invitational shows up. You go win that. In total, you could be making up to like $100 USD per person. So that's you make $100, your teammate makes $100. All you have to do is play bridge for a couple hours. Play bridge like 8 hours total, something like that, 12 hours total, whatever, however many hours total. Let me tell you, it doesn't matter how many hours it is, it's only a couple of days. So at most, you're playing bridge for like 2 or 3 days. Don't like playing bridge, don't have to play bridge. Show up, play bridge for like 3 days, done. Boom, $100 USD richer. Very, very easy to do. All you have to do is be good at the game. So if you think you're good at the game, even if you don't think you're good at the game, it's just a fun time to show up, all right? I've played in many of these tournaments, and I think a lot of people around here can tell you these tournaments are very easy to play. You go, you sign up, you show up, you play. Even if you don't win, it's fun to just play. It's fun to see how far you get, you know? If you're new to the game and you play tournaments and you're usually averaging like top 16, and you get better at the game, start averaging top 8, start averaging top 4, and then you can visibly see the improvement because you started top 16, you moved up to top 4, sometimes you're top 2, top one. Sometimes you can start winning some of these smaller tournaments. Sometimes start getting these prizes out there. Very, very easy to do. Just go sign up. There's no reason not to sign up right now. Truly, the only reason not to sign up is if you're busy this weekend, this upcoming weekend, not today, but next weekend. And then guess what? If you're busy that weekend, there's another tournament the following weekend, and then the following one, and then the following one. So just remember, if you're busy this next weekend, there's 3 more qualifying tournaments before invitationals. So there's no excuse. If you're good enough, you should be qualifying. There's no reason not to. Moving on from that, I'm looking at questions in general. If you remind, if you have any questions, you can hop in general chat and ask your questions there. We'll be moving on to them. What is the tournament format for Unveil? Are you asking specifically for ranked bridge or for invitationals or for the other qualifying tournaments? Essentially, for the other qualifying tournaments, I believe each Discord is figuring out their own system that works best for them. So for competitive bridge Discord, the one that Rabbit Chipmunk owns, and I'm Velo's admin in actually, you guys are hosting a best of 3 single elim. All right, so 64 teams, and it'll be seeded. So 64 teams of 2, it'll be seeded, and it's best of 3 single elim. And then I believe Hype Tournaments is doing their own system with however many people. Rabbit hasn't shared any info. Classic Rabbit. Rabbit's been very, very busy in the background, backstage, helping us out with planning a ton of stuff. And so he's actually the one in charge of dealing with all the money stuff. So that's very, very, very useful. It means that we have a lot less to worry about. Moving on from that though, so that's for competitive bridge. I believe Hype Tournaments is doing some sort of Swiss or like group stage nonsense. They're doing whatever works best for them really. And I can't speak too much about how Birchcombe is going to be doing it, but I do believe Birchcombe is going to be doing some sort of a system to not have a billion signups. So we're going to be doing Prime Plus or Private Plus, and only for this tournament. I'm not too sure though. We'll just have to wait and see. I guess they're doing the tournament last. They have the most time to plan it out. For us specifically, I believe we're going to be doing a double elimination, best of 3 up until quarterfinals, and finals will be best of 5. We don't have anything finalized yet. Once again, we'll get more details, or you guys will get more details when it actually comes time for us hosting a tournament. We're the 3rd tournament in the series, so in roughly 2 weeks from now, you guys will get a lot more information. In fact, you'll get all the information you need for our tournament specifically. For now, just know that either you or your teammate needs at least 1 silver rank. So if you or your teammate don't already have a silver rank, go down and Q1v1 right after this. We've got 4 hours straight of increased elo. 4 hours straight of increased elo for a Sadness Saturday event. Okay, that's 4 hours straight. In 4 hours, you can play 10 sets in 1v1 very easily. 10 sets is enough to get silver rank. All right, silver in 1v1. All right, so if you're good enough, if you can win at least like half your games in 1v1, go get silver right now, or get your teammate to get silver right now, or just one of you guys has to get it. And then once you're done that, you guys can go ahead and sign up when the time comes around. Just know that at least one of you guys needs at least 1 silver rank. It can be silver 1v1, it can be silver overall, it can be silver 2v2, it can be silver 4v4. It can even be silver blitz if that's what you want, alright? Although I don't think anybody's going to get silver blitz because it is the slowest one to grind, I believe, and it doesn't contribute to overall, so not many people play it that much. Just know that one of you guys needs silver something to be able to play. Moving on to some of the prizes that we've done in Rank Bridge in particular. Rank Bridge every week for the past 2 weeks. We did this last week, and we're also doing it this week. Whoever gets the most wins also gets a rank upgrade. So you get a small prize if you're plus plus, or if you're MP plus, you get a week of plus plus, or a month of plus plus, sorry. Or you can just get VIP if you're non-rank, or you can get Discord Nitro for a month. So if you want any of those prizes, whoever gets the most wins every week gets it. So last week there was a tie between Ryan and Velo. So between Ryan and Velo, whichever one gets more wins this week. So they're probably going to be playing in the next 4 hours after this. So if you want to go and play against them, they'll most definitely be playing, pushing for extra wins during Sadness Saturday. But if you want to go ahead and play against them, or if you want to compete for the most wins this week, go ahead and get that free money. So on top of all the tournaments that's going on right now, between tournaments, if you want to just play a little bit of rank, you can very easily get wins. And just remember that after Sadness Saturday event this week, so after we conclude all our games for Sadness Saturday, at around 8:30 p.m. EST, 9 p.m. EST, depending on how long we go, we will be ending the ranked season 1. So if you guys haven't heard, ranked season 1, so ranked bridge season 1 is ending today in roughly 5 to 6 hours from now. So just know that if you want to get the last ever prize for the season, if you want to get your last leaderboard spots for the season, because reminder, if you place top 3 for any big leaderboard, so for, whether it's 1v1, overall, 2v2, or 4v4, you will get a badge that is permanently placed on your profile on Ranked Break. So if you forever want to be known as one of the best players of Ranked Season 1, go ahead and play Push for Top 3, and then it'll be on your profile for the future. For those who don't know, it's a system that we inherited from our last Rank Bridge Discord and past seasons when we had, I think it was the last year when we did Rank Bridge last. And it's very simple. If you place top 3, we did top 10 before, but now we're lowering it top 3 because there's a little more competition. And it's very simple. You place top 3, you get a badge on your profile forever. Forever you have this badge. Not temporarily, forever. Okay? So between now and until Ranked Bridge dies, okay, until we fully shut down the Discord, forever this is on your database. Okay? This is on your profile. People will forever know. Okay, let me make that clear. Forever. Not just for a month, not a week, not a day, not 2 months, not 6 months. Forever. People will know that you were the best. All right, or you were the second best, or you were the third best. McCoy asked us overall game score count. Unfortunately, no, we're only doing the ELO leaderboards.
Absolute
Uh,
scam.
Message from Pup. Open more like open thick as thighs. Very good meme from a long time ago. That's like a 2-year-old meme, Pup. Very, very, very old. Amvila says Rise 1 already. He hasn't won yet. If you play these 4 hours, Rai, and you play 1v1, I think you play faster games because you play 1v1. 1v1 is faster than 2v2. You could catch up, Vilo. I think he's only got like 5 wins in. You could very easily catch up just by playing these next 4 hours. We've also got Codron saying just be I'm Vilo. Insane. Ankin says Vilo sucks. Rai on top. Rai is quite insane. Uh, then we've also got Rai got like 5 wins the day after. Yeah, he's only got 5 wins. It's not a lot. You should do top 5. Ankins, unfortunately, we're only doing top 3. Top 5 is a little too much, man. It's a little too much. And I've got 11 in 2 days. Yeah, exactly. I'm feeling if you just play 1v1, you guys can go insane. Well, you're ahead of me then. It doesn't queue at all anymore. Yeah, if you guys queue, the best time to play is during the event. Like right now, if you're listening to this podcast and you're like, oh, this podcast is so boring. There's a guy sitting in 2v2 queue right now. You could start getting your games in right now if you want. So just remember, anytime you want, it's very simple. Go get your games in. I'm Villa says tag everyone. Don't worry, I'll tag everyone for Sadness Saturday when it starts. Fear not.
Another everyone thing. Damn.
Always, bro. Yeah, always. Every week we get Sadness Saturday. It's the biggest event of the week. It's the best time to play Ranked Bridge because it's the one time where everybody's playing Ranked Bridge. If everybody wants to play, there's queues. And if you're one of those losers who are like, oh my god, I don't want to play Ranked Bridge because it's ELO and I want to show people that I'm hard stuck bronze at like ELO floor 1000 because I suck at the game. Ugh. Well, very simple. Just suck less. Or don't play Ranked Bridge, stay a shitter forever, and never win any tournaments because you suck at the game. Yeah, exactly. Forever be a shitty player. Just know that the best players played ranked at some point, whether it's this ranked or past ranked. All right, we're talking big names. We're talking Vital. All right, we're talking Wes. We're talking Paris. We're talking Trash. We're talking OG Willie. We're talking the best players there's ever been. All right, the best players there's ever been. I guarantee they play Jers. All right, the best players, the best. All right, not the second best, not the third best. I'm talking tournament winners. All right, we're talking Badamja, we're talking Apple Pies, we're talking Ray Dragonfly. All right, we're talking Mypo. All right, we're talking very big names. Big names are winning big tournaments. They played ranked, whether it's this ranked season or the past ranked season or the season before that. All right, these aren't just people who are winning tournaments. The Speed also played ranked. Big, big, big names, all right? If you just have a small 100 sub YouTube channel and you want to get a 1,000 view video, go ahead, snipe Cheetah, snipe Zin69, snipe one of these other YouTubers that plays ranked once in a while, all right? Super easy, all right? Rank has so many, exactly, free wins. Just snipe all these snipe people with snipe McCoy. Go ahead and snipe McCoy. McCoy's free wins. If you
Oh wow!
hey, if you
Whoa!
go and snipe
Excuse you.
McCoy 10 games in a row, that's enough to get silver to qualify for our qualifying tournament. See how easy it
Velo
is?
cannot be talking right now. Velo cannot be
10
talking.
wins against McCoy. You know how easy that is, guys? That's
I'd like to see you
Freelo.
1v1 me. I'd like to 1v1
Freelo.
you. Mr. QZR, I'd like
I'll
to
have you
1v1 you.
know, I brought one of the best 1v1 players of all time to 4-4 in Atlantis. So let it be known. I brought Apple to 4-4 in Atlantis. My first ever game of 1v1 in 2021. And so just don't forget it. I'm not bad, even though I'm not playing. Doesn't mean I'm not bad. Fuck, I messed that up. Doesn't mean I'm not good. Uh,
I win the argument. I win the argument.
fuck.
He
Uh,
stuttered. I win.
yeah, exactly. Vilo said, I won against Paris. Well, you know what? If you get a good 2v2 tournament, you can win $100 by winning against Paris by qualifying for the Bridge Champion Series. So just know, if you want to be $100 richer, go qualify right now. Go sign up for competitive bridge right now. There's no reason not to. You also beat speed just to flex. Speaking about flex,
That's not
Flexi
easy.
is making a return to the bridge, and I'm curious to see if he's going to have as amazing of a tournament performance as he's had in the past. Flexi, very big tournament performances in the past, in Paris Tour notably. We've seen a lot of big names, big names. McCoy, who do you think is going to win the Bridge Champion Series invitation?
Kai the Asian and McCoy does things.
Who do you think is going to get second place?
Uh, Probably someone like Paris. I don't know. You know, maybe we might win top 10. I like there
Top
might be
10?
forfeits. They might be too scared that they might just
They'll
forfeit
be
and
too
we
scared.
auto win.
You'll,
Yeah.
you'll, you'll just get a bye all the way to finals. Yeah, exactly. Absolutely crazy.
Mansions.
Engin says, I think McCoy and Kai the agent won't even qualify. I guess we'll just have to see if they qualify. Personally, I don't think McCoy and Kai will qualify either, purely because there's so much competition,
Well,
alright?
we'll let the gameplay talk. We'll let
Because
the gameplay talk.
remind you guys, only 16 teams, only 16, that's 32 players get to play invitationals. I can think off the top of my head of 32 either current gold or past gold ranked bridge players already, alright? It's very easy. Algebra says time to make my bridge debut. Insane. Algebra, if you guys don't know, I actually played the original ranked bridge. We're not talking ranked bridge season 0. We're not talking ranked bridge beta season, alright? We're talking ranked bridge alpha season, alright? Alpha testing. That's when he started playing bridge. So just know, if you're like Algebra and you played ranked bridge a long time ago, you're still bad because you stopped playing ranked bridge. You just gotta play more ranked bridge. That's always the answer. Or go play bridge games. Go play something. Go play any more competitive than casual queue. Just anything that's not casual queue. Anything that's like preset teams. Even tournaments. If you want to go practice by playing tournaments to practice for bigger tournaments, you can do that too. Velo says, talk to me when you get 1v1 diamond. I guess McCoy just have to get 1v1 diamond one day. Let's look at McCoy's stats. Let's see how close he is to 1v1, 1v1 diamond. McCoy does
I'm
things.
probably like already have it.
Not too bad actually. McCoy's 1370, a lot higher than I thought. Jesus Christ. Actually, very close to getting diamond. You're only 80 elo away. You know where you can get 80 elo from McCoy? This Saturday, 4 hours straight, 1.3 times elo exchange. Very easy.
That's a good one.
80 elo. You get 4 hours. That's 20 elo an hour. You know how easy that is to do? Bro, people out here grinding 50 elo an hour, and all you need is 20? That's light work, bro. Light work, alright? If you don't
For
get
someone
that,
like me, it's even lighter work, honestly.
honestly, exactly. So if you don't get it, I'm actually a little disappointed in you. If anybody who doesn't rank up or at least get silver if you're unranked or get gold from silver or gets diamond from gold during the Sadness Saturday, honestly, just pathetic. Like the best time to play, the optimal time to play, the optimal time to rank up, right? Especially because you need silver if you want to qualify. And there's only 4 hours, only 4 or 5 hours time commitment because we're shutting down the season after that. The season's done. You can't get Elo tomorrow. If you come tomorrow and you start crying, oh, I want to get Elo, but I can't play because it's shut down, meh, meh, meh. Just know you could have played today, shitter. All right? Your fault, not mine. And then I guess you can just wait for season 2 to start up, which will take a little bit. Just know we are coming back with a season 2 eventually with better matchmaking. So if you're one of the crybabies who's like, these teams are rigged, my teammate sucks, and that's why I'm hard stuck bronze elo for blah blah blah.
I
Aside
feel
from you just
personally
being
called
shit at
out.
the, yeah, aside from just being shit at the game, we will be coming back with far better matchmaking because we're gonna implement in our secondary matchmaking system. The reason why we couldn't implement it before is because we didn't have enough game, we didn't have enough data. But now that we've passed well over the 2,000 matches played mark, 2,000 best of threes played mark, we can go ahead and register that in and do all the fancy math behind the scenes, which will take us a little bit of time, but eventually we'll get it done. And you guys can come back for season two with better matchmaking. And then if you still cry about matchmaking after that, just know that it's not matchmaking. Maybe you're just really shit at the game. And maybe you should consider going back to, I don't know, grinding for Prime in Birch Games. If you haven't checked that out, there's a new rank called Prime below Private. And Birch Games, go ahead, grind that out. So no longer crying about being hard stuck member. If you can't get Prime, then you must really suck. So have fun with that. McCoy says this was ranked, by the way. McCoy
Oh
scoring
no,
on
no, we don't have to
speed.
talk. We
Oh,
don't have to talk.
crazy.
I was just saying Velo was disrespecting me. I've played a game against Velo where I crashed for a minute. He dug my entire hip out, scored, and I still beat him. So yeah, he's
Mm,
he's hiding right now. So.
crazy. Absolutely insane. Got 10 more minutes of the Rank Bridge podcast. Reminder, if you want to watch the Rank Bridge podcast, or if your friend can't make it, or if you just want to re-listen to the Rank Bridge podcast in the future, we will be uploading this episode. I'll actually upload this episode. The reason why I didn't
Let's
upload
go!
last week's episode is because we had some recording issues. However, this week it's fully recorded, fully set up, and so you can go ahead and listen to this podcast later on. Go for a jog, listen to the podcast. Listen to the podcast in the shower. Listen to the podcast while you're sleeping, all right? Listen to the podcast at some point, and you'll get better. McCall, what are your thoughts on Hippo Practice right now? I've noticed Hippo Practice, a lot of speed builders. If you guys don't know what speed builders, it's a game that started on Mindplex, I believe, where you just build something really, really fast. And so they've been taking over Hippo Practice right now and just building hippos faster than anybody else. What are your thoughts on this?
I was actually not aware from though with that, but I mean that sounds pretty cool. I mean I don't blame them for going to bridge. Mindplex speed builders would be just so boring. I don't know if I could live with doing that. So yeah, I mean they're obviously very skilled. So
Yeah, it's a little hard to believe. I don't know how people dedicate hundreds to thousands of hours just building the same thing over and over again. It couldn't be me. There is one record though that the bridge mains have secured and that no speed builders have been able to contend with. That is a Chronon Hippo speed world record. It is very, very, very quick. I believe the top 10 or the top 3 right now is absolutely absurd. If I look right now, give me a second here. Looking for Chronon. The record right now, Pig rank at 3 seconds and 650 milliseconds. Okay. But Damja, 2 ticks behind, and then Rabbit Chipmunk, 1 tick behind that. Absurd records. No one can compete. And then all the other records are absolutely demolished by people who can click very, very, very fast. But we're not going to talk about those records because Chronon's the OG record that no one can take. Anyways, moving on from that, I'm curious to see if there's any of these speed builders that are going to move on to become bridge players because there's some very good PvP players in the scene, all right? Uh, this is the streamer I was going to get, but he joined on his own, so. Oh God, Wes and Speed toggled playing in this first qualifying tournament. So if you think you can beat Wes and Speed toggled, feel free to go demolish them in the first qualifying tournament. Just know that they're probably going to demolish you, so don't cry too much when you lose, shitter. It is very interesting to see if any of these very big speed builder players are going to come to the bridge scene, take their PvP skills, put them to the test, become one of the best defenders of all time. There are some very big names. Balloons. Balloons, one of the biggest, one of the best sumo players of all time on Hypixel. He's a speed builder now. So if he moves from speed builder with his sumo skill from the past over to bridge, he could very easily become one of the best players of all time. All it takes is a bit of game sense. You know how easy it is to build game sense? All you gotta do is just be good. Just play. Just watch other people play. Learn from your mistakes. Reminder, if you play ranked bridge and you're like, wow, I suck at this game. I want to know what I did bad. go ahead and ask someone to do a game analysis of your game. We've got a game analysis channel in here for that reason. We will analyze your games and show where you did bad. All right. So if you guys want, during Sadness Saturday, go ahead, copy paste all your replays, save them in a notepad or something, and then take the best games and send them to me after Sadness Saturday. I'll do a game analysis of your games. Okay. I'll take your games, do a game analysis, and show where you guys need to focus to improve for next time. So if you're like, oh my god, I almost got silver, but I didn't quite get silver, and so now we can't qualify for the qualifying tournament for ranked bridge, so now we got to play in the other tournaments. This is so sad. Go ahead, take your best game, and then send it, and I'll show you where you did bad. All right. For those who don't know, I'm the OG bridge game analysis person. Okay. I was the first one to do big competitive game analysis before Bucket Tour, before any tournaments, before all of this. All right. Before ranked even, I was doing this. So just remember, if there's someone who's gonna analyze your games properly, it's gonna be me. It's gonna be one of these other people who know how to analyze games. So if you want your games analyzed, go ahead, hit me up with your replays specifically from Sadness Saturday, and I'll check them out. I'll show you guys where you can improve. Just because I'm not a top tier player now doesn't mean I can't see your mistakes. Just remember, all it takes is being a good player to see someone else's mistakes. It doesn't take being the best player to see your mistakes, all right? Even if you're like OG Willie too, even if you're a very, very, very good player and you're way better than me, just remember that I'll still see your mistakes better than you will. Because by looking at your own replays, you don't see your own mistakes as much. Because you've like fooled yourself into thinking that you're too good for mistakes. But me, I don't give a fuck about your ego. I'll shut your ego down immediately. All right. I'll say, look, you see this? 5 seconds into the game, you made a mistake. Fuck you. All right. Very easy stuff. And then, of course, if you don't have a big ego, I'll be a little nicer. But don't forget it. Yes, yes, I agree. Well, Ojiro actually does know his mistakes. Ojiro is very good at seeing his mistakes. That's actually how he got so good. He's by playing ranked games and then figuring out his own mistakes and then just fixing them. And then he just stopped making as many mistakes. He started making mistakes that are so difficult to see that your opponent can't take advantage of them. See, because mistakes don't matter unless your opponent takes advantage of it, right? And so it's fine to make mistakes as long as they're so secretly hidden that your opponent doesn't notice them. So it's just the bigger mistakes that you really got to focus on, and then you can start focusing on the smaller mistakes later on, some what we call optimizations. And so big mistakes, there's a lot of people out here hard stuck bronze, hard stuck silver, even hard stuck gold because they're making mistakes. Very easy. Very easy to fix. You can go from a hard stuck bronze player in terms of game sense to a gold tier player in game sense in a month if you just focus on getting better at the game. Super, super easy. And also know that during Sadness Saturday, we will have people constantly scoring. I'm sure McCoy will be on that. And if
Always,
he
always.
isn't, then one of our other scorers or myself will be on it. McCoy, I think, did you hit 1,000 games yet? I believe you've hit 1,000 games scored, haven't you?
It's gotta be close. It's gotta be like 50 away or something. I don't know. I'll get it today. All right.
You're
I'll take
25
the
away. If you don't get it
25.
today,
Oh,
I'll make fun of you. So you best get
oh.
it today. Jesus.
Uh, well, speaking about making fun of, let me just go into the command section and let me just scroll down here. It looks like you're in second place with like 200 away from me. So, like, the owner of Ranked Bridge, not having as much
Yeah,
as some people.
I'm not a dedicated score. I'm not supposed to be
Oh,
scoring games. I just score games
well,
when before we
I'm
had
just saying, like,
scores.
if you look at my role, I'm not a dedicated scorer either. I'm a staff now.
You're also a scorer, by the way.
Exactly, exactly.
You were a scorer before SCAF, and you're also the head of scorers right now. So it's kind of on you, brother.
Okay, I'll take
uh,
the L. I'll take the L.
Mega Man, if Mega Man scores faster than McCoy, I still get to make fun of McCoy. So I guess you guys get to compete. Just make sure you don't double score any games. And then we can briefly make fun of all the losers who have under 100 games scored, who are dedicated scorers like Jesse and Geek Kid, who didn't score enough games. Fuck you guys for not scoring a lot of games.
Okay, you guys suck.
And reminder, if you want to be scorer, go ahead, hit up McCoy because he's the one who deals with it. He can bring you through a quick 15-20 minute training camp. Very, very, very quick. Actually, quicker than the average ranked best of three. And you can become a scorer if you're a chill guy. You can score your own games. So if you're tired of games being scored slowly for some reason, because you play at like fucking 4 a.m. EST or something, I don't know, if you're a loser like that, your EU time zones. Not to say that everybody who plays EU is a loser, but some of the EU time zone people are losers. You can go ahead and score your own games, so you don't have to wait anymore. Normal only scores in his own games. Facts, exactly. I
That's why
think
Narwhal sucks.
how many games does he have played? Uh, did Narwhal change his IGN? What happened? The bot didn't die. Narwhal changed his fucking IGN, didn't he? Name mc.com slash Narwhal. He did. He changed it back. Incognito Potu. Change nickname. Okay, change his name. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. There we go. Looking at Narwhal though, number one 1v1 Elo right now. Jesus Christ. Yeah, he's got almost double the games played than he has scored. Kind of frightening if you look at it. His bridge temps isn't very effective. Bridge chips are very good. What do you mean? I never
They
said his
were
bridge chips were
they were
bad.
starting fake beef.
Sorry, fake beef? No worries, no worries. Whereas the Analyze channel, Vax, if you look under the podcast, there's waiting room, and then under waiting room, there's game analysis. So you can go ahead and check that out. I'll make McCoy work. All right, Kai. Kai, make sure you go ahead and join the competitive bridge
Oh,
Discord.
we
That's
signed up.
Rab's Discord.
We signed
You
up.
guys already signed up? Let's go ahead
Our
and look
team
at
name
the
is the
new names that
best.
signed up. New names that have signed up since this podcast. Let's go since the start of the podcast. Who signed up? We got I'm Vilo and Obenray. Master Troll, X Fatals, Agent Blueberry, Caution, Shemi, Sizzo and Float. We've got Bangist and Abyss. We've got Ryor and Artie, two people I've never heard of. McCoy and Kai, and then Wes and Speed signed up. So that's actually crazy. See Wes and Speed signed up. Very interesting to see if they're gonna play. And yeah, so I'm very, very, very excited for that. Very big tournaments going on soon. Anyways, it is 4 p.m. EST now. That's our 1 hour of Rank Bridge podcast. Reminder, we've got 4 hours of Sadness Saturday, so go ahead, queue right now. If you want to qualify for the tournament, for the Rank Bridge qualifying tournament, either you or your teammate needs at least one ranked role or ranked rank, silver rank, sorry, in any categories, whether that's overall silver, 1v1 silver, 2v2 or 4v4 silver. Go ahead and play right now. And yeah, I'll see you guys for the podcast. Probably not next week, maybe the week after that. We'll do every 2 weeks probably. And yeah, that's been it. Go ahead and queue ranked. See ya.